here's what happens if you go AFK in GTA Online, and here's why I'm never gonna visit the docks again. And these are 37 secret features Rockstar hides from us. Trevor is best known for his personality. If something annoys him, he'll take matters into his own hands, and that doesn't just apply to NPCs. For instance, if you pick a radio he doesn't like, he'll switch it to a different one, and for some reason he seems to really enjoy the Channel X station. At this location there's a lighthouse that seems normal at first, but if you come here at night and look closely, you'll see that the lamp only moves when you're looking at it. It's most noticeable if you climb to the top of the building and watch the light in third person. There's no clear reason for why this happens, it's probably just a glitch, but I like to think it's a secret signal for Batman. If you go AFK in GTA Online, you'll get kicked out of the session. However, if it's for a limited time and you are sitting in a car, your character will inhale white powder, which is also known as cocaine. GTA 5 has a ton of bad language, especially the F word, which according to this YouTuber, it's said 1018 times through the entire storyline. When you leave Franklin's house, look to the right and you'll spot 3 trash bins labeled with this text. The first part clearly stands for Rockstar North, and if you turn the numbers into a hex code, you get a dark blue color, which is similar to the studio logo. But why would the developers put their logo on the garbage bins? No idea, but what I do know is that if you stand on these little trash bins after attacking an NPC, they'll simply forget how physics work. So the next time you get into a stressful situation, just hop on those bins and you are safe. The only danger when you are up there is cigarettes, because if you smoke 10 of them in a row, your character will slowly die. Sticky bombs are perfect for blowing stuff up, whether it's for sneaky assassinations, random explosions, or simply tossing them at people's head. But there's a cool trick not many people know about. If you get close to an NPC while holding a sticky bomb, you can actually punch them with it and instantly kill them. If you follow a female NPC and make her uncomfortable, she'll speed up and eventually start running. And if she crosses paths with a man, he might step in to defend her. But if you do the same thing to a male NPC, no one will come to help, which is kinda sad. Usually, insects hang out near trash and bushes. However, if you go to this spot, you'll see some huge cockroaches. To put it better in perspective, this is what a normal cockroach looks like next to these ones. And if that isn't scary enough, some of them can even float above the water. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna burn this place down before they start a colony. If you enjoyed the previous secrets, you'll love what comes next. There's a funny way to prank your friends, a famous car that isn't actually real, and a hidden story about Lamar. If you step on a power station, you'll actually get shocked, and shooting it with a pistol creates sparks all around. However, for some reason, the stun gun doesn't have any effect on it. The tunnel towards the metro is revealing a big secret, which Rockstar probably forgot to hide, because beside the weird ad banners on the walls, you can also find this transit map, which is basically how Los Santos looked like before release. The main differences being the missing airport, the docks, this area, and some roads that got redesigned. You might recognize this TV sign, but did you know that at this location you can find a second TV? The weird thing is that if you jump through the first TV, the glass will break and shatter everywhere, but if you do the same thing on the other TV, you'll be blocked by the screen, and if you shoot it with a gun, the screen breaks, which makes no sense. Speaking of screens, if you open the web browser and type lifeinvader.com, you'll find that the social media platform used in the game also exists in real life. There can't be a video about secret features without mentioning the creepy underwater hatch, but I'm actually scared. So at this location you can find a hatch with some light and strange noises coming from it. The noises can be decoded using Morse code to this text, which is a reference to Nico's cousin from GTA 4 who always wanted to play bowling. Another reference can be seen at Franklin's old house. If you look closely in the front yard, you'll notice a red mushroom and a green one, which is supposed to be Mario and Luigi, but to be honest, I'm not really convinced by that. If those are Mario and Luigi, who's this one? If you visit the cemetery as Franklin, there's a chance you'll spot a small dog. It might seem like a normal animal at first, but if you follow it, you'll see that it goes to a grave, presumably where its owner is buried. This scene is actually inspired by a real-life dog who did the exact same thing for years. There's even a statue dedicated to him in the UK. If you wanna prank someone, you'll need a flare gun and a friend with a homing launcher. Now tell your friend to fire a rocket into the air, then quickly shoot a flare at their feet. The rocket will be redirected right at him. Now if you don't have any friends, no worries, you can still do it by yourself, but you'll need to be super quick. There's a brand of cigarettes that is only seen during the Daddy's Little Girl mission. It's found on one of the tables on the yacht and is called Cancer. You can't buy it from any store nor use it, but hey, at least it's an honest brand. If you fly a Deluxo for 1 hour straight, you'll notice that the engine sound changes and glitches out. The same thing applies to the Oppressor MK2. There's no confirmed reason for why this happens, but I'm assuming it has to do with the jet engine running out of fuel. fuel. On average, it takes about 50 bullets to make a car explode, but there's a faster way. Go to the left side of the car and shoot the fuel tank 4 times, then shoot the ground to ignite the fuel, and finally shoot the car once more. Now if you don't wanna kill anyone right away, shoot the fuel tank 4 times and let him go. After a few minutes, the car will run out of fuel and will stop. Hitchhiking in the weirdest places of San Andreas might just be a fate worse than death. This is more of a useless feature, but if you sneak up behind a cat and make noises, they will actually get scared and run. If you press E on your keyboard, you can greet nearby NPCs. However, the dialogue is often limited and repeats itself, but there's a twist. If you dress mismatched or wear plain underwear, there will be different lines of dialogue. If you take a look inside the RPG, you'll notice the back of the rocket, which is kinda cool. But what surprised me even more is that the RPG is completely hollow when you don't have any rockets left. Once again, such a great attention to details from Rockstar. I can't wait to see what GTA 6 has in store for these little things. There are a lot of interesting billboards in Los Santos, but at this location, you can actually find an unfinished billboard with the text stamp all over it. It seems like the developers forgot to update the texture before releasing the game, and surprisingly, it hasn't been changed even after 11 years. This is the fastest, rarest and most famous car in GTA Online, but the car doesn't actually exist. When newbies were asking about the best car in the game, OGs would often say Karen Snipe, which is a fake name. The joke went so far that fake pictures of the Karen Snipe started circulating on forums, trolling quite a few players who genuinely believed it. But the joke died quickly and it seems like everyone forgot about it. So the next time someone asks you about the best car in the game, you know what to tell them. If you hold F on the convertible cars, the character will jump inside instead of opening the door, but for some reason it only works in single player. Next time you're near cops, pay attention to their voices. You might notice that some male cops have female voices. It's probably just a glitch, but it can be quite funny when it happens. You might know Michael as DeSanta, but his actual name is Townley. After the heist in North Yankton goes wrong, Michael fakes his death in a deal with the FIB in exchange for Trevor. But the interesting part is that Michael Townley was actually the name of a real-life person under federal witness protection. The colors of the two gangs, Ballas and Families, are purple and green, and the main reason for this choice goes back to the two football teams in Edinburgh, the place where Rockstar North was founded. And that's not the only time Edinburgh is mentioned throughout the game. In this skate park you can find a silhouette of the city, which looks exactly like the real-life one. Under this bridge you'll find homeless people hanging around, and sometimes you'll even see them washing in the sewer water. And the strangest part is that they are fully clothed. Switching to Trevor, we'll often show him sitting against a wall with a bottle of alcohol in his hands. While this is the most common animation, in rare cases you may find him on a scooter, yelling Scooter Brothers at random NPCs. This is a reference to a viral video posted on YouTube 15 years ago by a guy who did the same thing as Trevor but in GTA 4. Stab City, situated west of Senora Grande Desert, is home to members of the Lost Motorcycle Club gang, but that's not the only thing hiding there. If you look at this wrecked car, you'll notice that the license plate reads California instead of San Andreas. Since California doesn't exist in the GTA universe, it seems like the developers may have forgotten to update the texture. Back to the city, payphone boxes can be found all over Los Santos. However, you can't use them to make calls, but if you pull out a gun and shoot them, each bullet will make the payphone ring. Franklin's friend Lamar Davis was initially planned to be a playable character and the main protagonist. However, due to personal issues in real life, Slink Johnson, the voice actor of Lamar, couldn't attend the recording session at the studio. Rockstar had to proceed with the story, so removing Lamar as a playable character was the only thing that made sense. Trying to cross the freeway without a vehicle is probably the dumbest idea ever. All it takes is one bad driver and you are done. If you wanna see more stupid ways to die in GTA 5, click here.